Wolfchase Toyota Insider, the Memphis Tiger Network. I'm Jeff Brightwell alongside Daron Schoenrock. And unfortunately, Coach, I talked to Natalie Poole about this 2.5 weeks, and it's just either rain or snow or sleet or ice. And really the worst thing I think for a baseball or softball field is to get the layer of ice and snow you got because it does it. Rain comes in and it leaves and it drains. For the snow and ice, it sits there and just saturates a field. You were able to get a game in on Monday morning into the afternoon. We'll talk about that in a second. But field conditions, it's just a sponge right now that has been sitting, I guess, in a sink. It's just a saturated outfield.
Well, our outfield has drainage issues even compared to others anyway, on a normal day. So we fight that. I was very, very pleased with our team from the standpoint of the willingness to work. And we started shoveling on Thursday, chipping the infield and shoveling. We had it going in 1 hour shifts. You'd hit for an hour, defend for an hour, and shovel for an hour in 3 groups. And we, that was Thursday and Friday, and got it ready, got it mostly clean by Saturday, and then made the decision Sunday that we could play a game Sunday afternoon. Then by the time we start playing, the rain comes.
Yeah.
So proud of our guys for the effort they gave, and that was an interesting experience for them.
You got to give a lot of credit not only to your team but the grounds crew and everyone else,
Absolutely.
Administration, your game day staff with Thomas and Dan out there, and then Ryan. Everyone trying to do everything they can. The field looked, for all things considered, yesterday the field looked pretty good for
very good
18 days of moisture.
Very, very good. And baseball's a game that you want continuity, you want repetition, you want consistent. And as we make schedule makeup dates to catch up with what we've missed, it's going to create some weeks where we have 5-6 games.
Right.
But I think that'll help this team. I think this team will flourish more in that environment than they do in playing once a week.
Well, it's got to be a delicate balance now, I'd imagine, between how paramount is it to get this game in, whether it's today, tomorrow, the weekend, versus the quality of game that's going to be played. Are you going to benefit anything from playing the game in that condition?
Yeah, and you saw, in our game yesterday, we were on the ground, so they handled ground balls. Their sinker ball guys got us on the ground continually, and they lifted more balls just because of partially the pitching that you're facing and the lifted balls that were in the outfield. You saw it's tough for outfielders to defend, when you're on basically a sheet of water in the outfield. So does a bad playing conditions reward certain teams and not reward certain teams? Possibly, and you got to kind of weigh those factors into all your decisions you make.
We talked about yesterday, 8-4 loss to Sanford. They put up a big inning, I believe the third or the fourth inning, and you talk about that a lot. If someone can get that first big inning, usually is the difference maker.
Yeah, and it was they threw the big inning on the board, and then we came back and had actually bases loaded when Tucker hit that ball hard, and they made a great play on the making a dive and stop and turn a double play. That was a momentum shift play. If that gets through, it's probably 4-2. When we're first and third, now you're maybe even 4-3, and then now you got a little different feeling in our dugout. At that point, I was disappointed in our energy level. That zapped the energy out of us, and the pass ball wild pitch zapped the energy out of us. Dylan was about to get out of that jam, and then we have the pass ball, and this team's got to learn to overcome those things. Got to learn to fight through them. Was it 3 days of hard, their routine was really interrupted for 3 days shoveling snow. I give that to them, but I also don't give them the opportunity to really shy away from being a team that has the firepower to come back, if they execute things and if we believe in ourselves.
All right, let's talk about this week, and there are some changes we know already, and please keep up with GoTigersGo.com, the Memphis Baseball Twitter, Facebook, all the social media, because with some more rain in the forecast, probably going to be some more things bumped around before it's all said and done. But we do know the Wednesday night game against Middle Tennessee, Coach, you're going to have to move that to FedEx Park. It's a pro park, and obviously just one game a month before their season. Weren't able to get it tarped up in Jackson, so you're going to play maybe Tuesday night, hopefully, and then hopefully Wednesday night. Both games will now be at FedEx Park. No Wednesday game in Jackson, but we're not sure the game time Wednesday either. You might have to push that one up.
You have to juggle the times. It's disappointing. And I know I talked to Jason Compton, the GM, this morning, and they're limited field crew-wise this time of year. But I thought the Lambeth campus, University of Memphis, Ryan Wolf, our marketing director for baseball, and I went up there and spent a day marketing that game. We were excited to do it, and it's disappointing we're not going to get to do it, but there will be games there in the future. But we wanted to kind of bring a Tiger event to Jackson for the Lambeth campus people, and this was a great opportunity to do that. So we'll try it in the future. Now it's going to be a 2-game series at FedEx Park. So we can now control and juggle the times that fit the field and fit the rain chances is what we'll do.
Well, we'll see. Again, GoTigersGo.com and all the social media, because originally it was going to be a 6:30 game on Wednesday night. But we do this when we go to Middle Tennessee. We'll play a 6:30 game on a Tuesday. Usually play at 3 or 4 the next day because travel day. So that may be a possibility on Wednesday. So that's why it's important for everyone to keep up, to make sure you don't show up at 6:30 if the game got moved up.
Very much so, and we apologize for all these time changes now. And what happens is, but we're trying to do things in between rain clouds, and it's difficult.
Coach, you got Eastern Illinois coming in this weekend too. There's some talk of maybe trying to juggle some stuff up there, but they'll be getting into OVC play soon enough. So it's just going to be right now the 3-game series, 6:30, 2-1, like we normally do on the weekends.
Yeah, and that's been a perennial opponent for us. Jimmy Schmidt's the coach there. Used to be an assistant at Ole Miss, and he likes bringing his team to this area. They went and played Arkansas series a few weeks back, but we're excited to host Jimmy, and there'll be a challenge. They always have a couple of pitchers that you see on the draft board. They'll always have a couple arms that but our team, I want to desperately get this team in a position to where we play 3 games unfolded in 3 days, and the way this college season is meant to be played, and we'll get there soon enough. We just have to keep adjusting and flowing and adapting as you go. An
advantage Eastern Illinois might have, and I'm sure you'll tell your team, is that they're up and really not so much Central Illinois, but kind of the upper third. So they're a little bit used to the cold weather. They probably got a little snow, ice, and rain. So depending on what it's like this weekend, pretty familiar, pretty comfortable setting for them. And then they've been outside a little bit, and they know what it's like to play consistently in this weather.
Oh yeah, they're used to just loading up on a bus every Thursday and going somewhere for that weekend. Pretty much all the series in February and at least three of the series in March. So the road's not going to be a strange place for them, but. Our team we're still trying to figure out who we are, even with the coaching staff evaluating and internally. They're just playing 8 games. We're actually 6 games down now.
Right.
And so you add 6 more games to it, we'd know a lot more about the bullpen. We'd know more about our pinch hitters. I still haven't solidified a DH with Nate Rupiper being out. Third base is still, I got to get more offense out of third base. There's still things that have to happen that haven't yet that I think can as the season unfolds.
All right, well, Coach, just keep your head down, keep grinding away, and eventually it's going to lift, and we're going to get back to our 4 or 5 game a week, and then you'll be able to see a lot, get some consistency as far as getting some games played.
We're excited now that all of our games from this point on are going to be on radio, and so fans can keep up.
Yep.
But around all these schedule adjustments, Tiger fans, just be patient.
Again, check GoTigersGo.com and all the social media, Twitter, Facebook, and all the other social media for any kind of changes. For head coach Daron Schoenrock, I'm Jeff Brightwell. This is the Wolfchase Toyota Insider on the Memphis Tiger Network.